The playoffs are underway in high school football, and there might not be a better collection of talent in the country than the Southern Section Division I bracket. One of the quarterfinal matchups this Friday pits Mission Viejo against Corona Centennial, and our Chris Harry has more on what makes Mission Viejo so good.
No team gets into this division and into this playoff unless you're really, really good. Out of the top 12 teams in the state of California, I think like 8 of them are from this tournament. And you have to be elite to be invited to this tournament, so obviously everyone's best effort is what is required.
It's intense for sure. We're definitely up a level, up the ante. We're just getting ready, preparing ourselves mentally, physically.
Going back to the fundamentals, just going back to the basics and just trying to figure out why we need to win next week and just keep winning, you know.
You guys 9-1 this year. Average margin of victory, it's like 48-15, something like that. You lost to Long Beach Poly, but how did that actually help you guys?
Our practice going into Poly, they weren't that great. We were all lackadaisical with us, and we just stepped up our game against Poly. We knew we're beatable, so we just stepped it up a notch and got after it.
It snapped us out of it and back to reality that, hey, it doesn't matter how many returning starters we have, doesn't matter how many guys we got going to Pac-12. If you don't practice well and you don't prepare well, you're gonna get beat.
I would venture to say this is one of the best trios in Southern California. Would you guys agree?
I agree for sure.
Why do you agree?
We all complement each other really well. We all have our own attributes that we all do really well.
You can't really double team any of us just because all of us, we all have D1 offers, so that speaks for itself.
We've been playing ball since even, 8th grade, before high school, so
wow.
We carry that relationship throughout the whole high school year. And I could say that I play for my guys, and I could say they play for me too.
9 interceptions, the most in the state of California as we enter the playoffs. What's working for you? How you getting the ball?
I watch film a lot. I watch the quarterback. I see what his looks are, what his reads are. And then in the off season, I trained a lot. I trained with Chris Conti. He's a former NFL guy. I trained with my dad. Yeah, at the park almost every day. Just work on angles and reach to the ball.
You guys lost to Centennial last year. What will it take to win this year?
I would say confident and coming together as a team, knowing that we need each other and knowing that if one guy makes a play, then the other guy has to make a play.
This year, I'm really hoping for us to execute at a higher level and score enough points to beat these guys, because they're going to score points, so you better be able to score points to have a chance to win.
What would it mean to go far here in these playoffs and keep it alive with your brothers?
It would mean everything. We've been talking about this since freshman year, 8th grade even. So forwards, when we lost to Mart in the championship. So we're going to get our get back this next week against Centennial, get our get back against Mater Dei, and then we'll see whoever we see in the state championship.
I don't want it to end, It's very emotional thinking about it, especially last week on our senior night. I feel like at this point this is beyond football, Most of us are early graduating too, so I just don't want that part to end. So I'm just trying to take it as far as we can with our team, just because I know we can.
We want to go as long as we can and play as long as we can together, because it's just that brotherhood. We don't want to see it end. We know at some point in time everyone's going to go their own ways, and our Pac-12 guys are going to go to their Pac-12 schools, and our Mountain West guys are going to go to their schools. Our 1AA guys are going to go to their schools, and it's going to be all over the country. And it's just you'll kind of never have that again, right? And so we want to try to make this thing go as long as we can. That's why these guys are practicing as hard as they are right now, and I'm really excited for our first opponent.